Hi. So today is Tuesday, January 20th, and this was my first Board of Supervisors meeting in which I served as chair, which meant that I had to just facilitate the meeting. I was a little bit worried about the Roberts Rules of Order. Truth be told, I have never led a meeting before utilizing, in any sort of real way, Roberts Rules of Order. I have always joked that I preferred Roberta's Rules of Order, which, basically meant that we just did what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it without all the protocol. But all that is to say, it was fine. It was at times maybe even fun, dare I say. So looking forward to it. One meeting down, 22 more meetings to go. So this was actually a fairly short meeting today, not because of my expert facilitation, but more just because of less things on the agenda. I'm going to run through a few of the kind of interesting things. So we did, every quarter the county recognizes exemplary employees, people who are nominated and then approved by or reviewed by their peers. It's a program called GEMS. And so today we recognized Gabriel Lopez Jr. From the Community Workforce Development Department, Martin Gonzalez from Parks and Rec, Carrie Calvares, Carrie, from Juvenile Court, Jacqueline Chang from the County Attorneys, and then Mackenzie Schmidt from Facilities Management. So congratulations to you all, and thank you for your great work here at Pima County. We did 4 proclamations. We proclaimed January 14th through the 16th to be Arizona Photonics Days. And this was it was recognized by Arizona Technology Council. We proclaimed January 28th to be Friends of PAC Day in Pima County. That's the Pima Animal Care Center. And then just a little plug for Saturday, January 24th, our office is doing a Walk a Pack Dog Day. So give us a shout if you are interested in coming out with us to walk some pack dogs on Saturday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. Another proclamation that our office had submitted, which is recognizing today, Tuesday, January 20th, as National Day of Racial Healing in Pima County. This is a national event. In fact, I attended it with my son on Saturday, and it's always held in conjunction with Martin Luther King Day. So we had representatives. We had Magdalena Verdugo, the CEO from the YWCA of Southern Arizona, along with many other folks who have been organizing that event for the last few years, and want to thank them all for their great work. We also recognized Monday, January 26th, to be PPEP Micro Business and Housing Day in Pima County, and we were joined by Dr. John Arnold, as well as Paul Diaz and Edgar Granillo in support of PPEP's Day. We had a contract that was awarded to Ingram Library Services. This was a contract for about $4.8 million, which is why I mention it. And basically, it's a new company, new contract that the library district is working with. We had another company that provided books, etc. And I think they shut their doors. So new contract, new company. This one is one of their strong suits is their materials in Spanish. So I am always thankful for our library district's commitment to ensuring that our materials both speak to and reflect who is in our community. So appreciate their attention to Spanish language materials. We had a couple of items that were related to the Board of Supervisors calendar for the coming year. So first, we approved adding to our calendar a board retreat that'll be coming up on Monday, February 9th. The Board of Supervisors will be meeting from noon to 5 p.m. The meeting will be live streamed. And I believe, I don't think the agenda is fully out yet. I think my guess is we're going to be talking about the budget, as well as maybe bonds, but definitely the budget, because the budget season, we are fully in the midst of it. We also shifted our meeting schedule in March. So we moved a meeting from March 17th to March 24th. That's because March 24th was the day that we were going to need to meet in order to certify the election results of the March election for the Regional Transportation Authority 20-year plan. So now we just combine those things into one meeting. Then we approved and made a few amendments to, but finalized the Board of Supervisors meeting schedule from July to December. Notably, we made a few little shifts in August, and then in December, we bumped up a meeting from that was going to be December 22nd and pushed it up earlier so it doesn't conflict with winter holidays. We heard a great presentation from the two Southern Arizona representatives, the directors from Southern Arizona on the Central Arizona project board, just about kind of CAP and where negotiations are at between the lower basin states and the upper basin states, and trying to hit some of our conservation goals and needs, just given the diminishing water supply that the Colorado River is and has been facing. We also had a presentation from our senior advisor to the county administrator, Jen Darland, about the county initiatives to address homelessness and public safety, and then also just flagged that her next presentation, so typically senior advisor Darland presents to the board every other month, but we're kind of shifting around. Senior advisor Darland's presentation next month will actually be kind of changing the framework so that it sits within One Pima, the One Pima initiative that the board approved a meeting or two back, I want to say November, that kind of puts together in one big framework a lot of our initiatives around housing, the unhoused, the opioid crisis. And so I'm looking forward to kind of the new framework and that presentation. We also heard from Senior Advisor Mari Vasquez as an update on the county's wildfire mitigation plan, which is done in coordination with the Pima County Cooperative Extension, with fire districts, and with other organizations around the county to ensure that we are both doing the community education as well as all of the preparation and coordination aimed at preventing wildfires, but also making sure that when they do happen, that we are effectively utilizing all of our resources to make them as least impactful as possible, if I'm saying that correctly. We heard, and speaking of the Pima County Cooperative Extension, we had a presentation today by Jen Parlin, who is the interim director at the Cooperative Extension. It was a presentation of their annual report, which was just a lovely opportunity to kind of see the extent of the work that they have done around the county on a whole number of fronts. They are, I think, a little known resource in the county that if you're not familiar with them, please look them up and yeah, get involved. We approved what is called in the agenda an option notice and rent for a county-owned property at 75 East Broadway, right? So it's a property in a downtown location. We approved a lease agreement option that actually goes to with the Rio Nuevo Multipurpose Facilities District, and then they are working with a company called Obi, which is I'm not sure if this is how they would describe themselves, but it is a company, I believe, based out of Portland, who has built a number of hotels in the Portland area. They are interested in building a hotel at 75 East Broadway. A couple of the things that I think are really interesting, my colleague from District 5, Supervisor Kano, has been working on this to ensure that the hotel has a model around integrating in local businesses. They've got kind of a little outdoor area with local shops, that those be actually local business and not sort of national chains that come in and fill those venues. And then also ensuring that wages are strong, and for those who are building this hotel, that their contractors, etc., are all being paid, and that they are using strong and skilled laborers. We had 2 items that were related to the health department. One was just accepting a grant for the health department related to providing reproductive health services, and then also accepting a grant in which the health department is part of a doxycycline post-exposure implementation study. So that gets it's almost $500,000 in ensuring that folks who are exposed to STIs might have access to doxycycline. We we had 2 items that related to the Green Valley Coordinating Council. Green Valley is not incorporated, but they have the Coordinating Council that the county contributes. In this case, it's about $87,000 to. The Coordinating Council serves as kind of a hub. They receive a lot of community concerns and feedback. They help connect folks in Green Valley to a lot of the county resources and services. And so we give the $87,000 to help fund some of their expenses, and it comes from a variety of different departments because they serve as kind of an immediate first step go-to for Green Valley residents. Supervisor Hines from District 2 had an item on the agenda that allows the county administrator to communicate our opposition to the Hudbay Copper World mine to kind of other folks who are related to Hudbay, if not Hudbay itself. We have consistently passed resolutions from the Board of Supervisors for, I don't know, maybe it's around 20 years or so, of our opposition to both Rosemont Mine and now the Copper World Mine. This was just an item that allows us to be able to share that resolution and share our opposition kind of wide and far to bodies and interests who are connected to the mine moving forward. On the consent agenda, which is a consent calendar, and it's where we kind of bundle up a number of items. I will note that we approved a intergovernmental agreement with the Pascua Yaqui tribe. That and this is from the county attorney's office to the Pascua Yaqui tribe, which allows for greater kind of processing, execution, enforcement of state and tribal warrants. It authorizes the appointment of a tribal prosecutor as a special deputy county attorney, and just essentially is allowing more kind of communication between the county attorney and the Pascua Yaqui tribe. As I was reading and learning more about what some of the why we have such a absurdly high incidence of missing, murdered Indigenous people, both here and then nationally, and what needs to be in place. And one of the things that I just kept hearing over and over again is the need for greater communication and coordination across law enforcement from Indigenous communities and from other counties and cities, and they just need to be able to talk to one another, and that in and of itself would be a big step forward in trying to be able to act quickly when an Indigenous person is disappeared, kidnapped. So anyway, it's a good step forward. This is not the first IGA. This is actually, I think, a continuation of years of IGAs of that kind of collaboration between the county attorney and Pascua Yaqui. And we'll call it. I think those were some of the key items. Thank you. And if you've got any questions or any feedback, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much.